Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Night's Watch. My name is Graham, and today we have another Hot Toys figure unboxing and review. Before we get started, I want to invite you to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and I want to get there as soon as possible, and I can't do it without each and every one of you. And ring that bell so you don't miss any new content coming your way. Every week I do a live stream called 6 Scale Symposium, where I just hang out with you guys. We talk about 6 scale stuff. We talk about movies and TV shows like the Book of Boba Fett. So come and join that as well. It's usually on Mondays or Tuesdays. We've been doing Mondays at 8:30 Central Time lately. So be a part of that if you want to come and hang out with me. All right, so today, speaking of Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the armor from The Mandalorian. Now, this came out, I think earlier summer of 2021, and I didn't get it at first because we just barely saw the armor. It wasn't a figure that I thought I had to have in my collection, but if you haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, there might be a spoiler here. We do see her a little bit in the Book of Boba Fett, and she is badass, to put it simply. So I watched that episode and I was like, well, I kind of got to get her. Do I think that I needed her still? Probably not. It was kind of an impulse buy just because that's how they get you. They show some badass scenes and then you're like, well, I got to get her. So she is here and I am happy to have her. She is still in stock at Sideshow as well, so I would suggest if you're thinking about this figure to pick her up sooner rather than later, because just with all the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett hype, I think her sales are going to kind of uptick. I think more and more people are doing what I did, where they watch the episode and then they're just on board and they're pressing that purchase button. So let's take a look at the box first. We have a nice image of the armor on the front, and she's kind of got her arms crossed with her tools in hand. It says Star Wars, and it is a Sideshow exclusive. And then on the bottom, we do have that cigar band, if you will, which just gives the box a little bit more life. These Star Wars boxes, for the most part, are pretty plain, but that little band on the bottom, that wrap around it, really does give extra color, extra detail, and extra images of the figure. And this is TMS 044. And if anybody doesn't know what TMS is, it's the Television Masterpiece Series. MMS would be Movie Masterpiece Series. On the side, we do have another nice image of the figure itself holding her hammer. And then on the back, we do have all of the credits and warnings as well. So let's just get this laid flat out here. We'll take a look for you. I do like this a lot. I like that they actually used the figure itself on here instead of just an image of the character. And then as we open up, it is a slipcover top. We do have another image of the figure itself. I like this a lot. I like it that they include these. I do wish that they would kind of do something more like this on the cover, just to give it a little bit more excitement and life. You know, why not change it up a little bit? I mean, I guess we got the cigar band, so that's a start. But when we remove that, we get our first look at the armor in the packaging. And this looks like it's going to be fun. I'm excited to do this with you guys. Let's get the accessories and the standout. We'll kind of glance over those. I don't really want to talk too much in depth because I think we're all here to see the figure itself. So let's get it out. Alright guys, and we're back and we have everything laid out on the table here, minus the base, which we just kind of showed you. I don't want to spend too much time to this stuff because I want to get into the heart of the figure itself, but I did think it would be beneficial to at least just glance over everything. She comes with the hands that are on the figure right now, and then 2 extra sets of hands. And looking at it, you can just see it's a nice glove material. They did a really good job at sculpting these. You got like a little, like, almost like, I want to say like tamping, or is it tamping or tampering that going into it, just giving it that like leather texture, which looks really good. You got this fake stitching going on as well. Really good kind of creases and wrinkles in the hand as well. So very good hand. These are the accessories, the forging accessories she comes with. She comes with the melted Beskar here. This does not come out, but that's really cool. She comes with like her tongs that are operational, but just be careful. They are really delicate, very skinny, and again, just be careful. You could break these pretty easily, I would think. She comes with this awesome hammer, which I really like. And if you just can see, like, really good paint application, really good speckling and pitting going on in there. Almost like a black wash kind of on the edges, just to kind of give it more of a realistic look. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. Very unique hammer. And then she comes with her torch, which again has great detail, has this texture in here to make it look like some sort of material, like a gripping material. And then again, just great paint application all the way through and through, like a black wash going over it just to kind of bring it out. That's really nice. And then we do have a chest plate, which is kind of interesting because I do think that this is Beskar, because that's usually what she forges here. But I thought Beskar didn't dent or anything. Like, I like the detail here, but I thought it didn't really dent. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but this just looks like a normal chest plate that you could like have her holding in the tongs, or, you know, hammering on or something like that. The one thing missing here is the forge itself, which I don't know why they couldn't just throw that in. Like, that's a major piece to this character that I really would have liked to see, is the forge itself, because we got all the tools, but she's just kind of going to be holding them out in the open. You know, we did also get that backdrop that is really cool for taking pictures. I don't use those a lot just because unless you get it in the right lighting, it's not something you want to just pose the figure with. So only if you're doing photography does that really have any value. But the forge itself would have been a key piece to have. I know it would have made the price go up more, but it's still something I would have liked to see, and I think it would have really completed this figure. But it is what it is, so now let's take a look at the figure itself. Alright guys, and here we have the figure out of the box, our first look, and she looks incredible, I gotta say. I really like it a lot, and I am glad that I picked this up. Just looking at her, I love the color scheme of like the brown leather, the reddish, pinkish armor that she has, just a unique color to her. And then this helmet just looks super impressive. It's got a lot of detail going on as well. I like that most of the material is actually not going to be pleather. It's going to be less that we have to worry about degrading over time. I like how the boots look just out of the box, and I'm pretty excited to get this lady into some poses and see what she can do. But first, let's zoom in and take a closer look. Alright, so here we have the armor herself, and she looks pretty cool. I love this helmet. It truly looks like some sort of like brass or iron material. Just a really solid paint job by Hot Toys here. So she has the black visor. I love the uniqueness, the shape of this helmet as well. But you can see like pitting, especially going on in here. They did almost like a wash on it as well, just to bring the details out. The horns look really good. They're going to be like a black color, but you know, they even have a little bit of like white going on top, just to, again, bring it out, bring it to life. I love it. I love the weathering going on here as well. Just a really cool helmet. Going down to the chest piece, again, it's like this reddish pinkish color, but again, they tried to add like speckling, pitting, just again to make it look like this metal material, and I think they did a really good job. You know, washes going on, black washes here as well, and through the edges. Shoulder plates are going to be plastic, but they tried to make it look like leather, which they did a good job. So again, less that we have to worry about degrading over time. She has like this gray suit, almost looks like the Mandalorians as well. Oh boy. Is it ratchets? Ooh, that's tough. Sorry guys, that arm is really tough to move, so it kind of scares me. But anyway, yeah, so she has like this cloth material. The gloves are actually going to be sculpted plastic as well. So again, less pleather on the figure that we have to worry about. Makes our lives easier. And here you can see the gloves and just how they incorporate it with it. Again, like the paint application, we have colors kind of almost looking like a gradient going into other colors. Again, just giving it a more realistic look. The belt is very nicely done as well. Got this like pleather piece here. I wonder if one of her weapons must be able to go into like these spots here, maybe the torch over here. Anyway, we have more sculpted pieces here as well, but really good detail. Just the realism of this looks really good. And then of course we do have this pelt on the back, which looks nice. I don't know if you can see, but it is shedding quite a bit. Not surprising. I mean, it's kind of like a Chewbacca figure, like those hairy figures we just got to be careful for because they are delicate and they will shed over time. So try not to mess with this too much. But yeah, very nice. Underneath we do have the back of her armor as well, and that's just on Velcro. But yeah, I hope this pelt holds up because yeah, it's leaving a mess, but it looks good. It's, for the most part, it lays flat and it looks nice. So I don't think we're gonna have to worry too much about that. The one thing that does concern me is her skirt. I like it a lot. It looks really good. It's one of my favorite pieces of the outfit, but it is a pleather material, so that worries me over time how it will hold up. They could have went to like a rubber material or a plastic, but I'm sure that it probably would restrict the articulation quite a bit, so I'm sure they just had to go with pleather, and that's one of the sacrifices that they made. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that over time. Going down to the legs, again, we have like a dirty, very weathered pants going on with nice pinstriping on the sides. Really nice detail there. I like the outfit a lot. I've said that before, but it does look really, really good. I really like these boots too because, again, they substituted pleather with like this fabric material. So they really didn't have to hide the split cut boot design. You're gonna have a ton of movement in the feet itself. And I just like how they look. It's just a cool looking boot in my opinion. They have like an elastic strap here just kind of holding it in place. And then on the bottom you do have visible screws, which I know some people were upset about. I don't really care. I mean, can't think of any pose that I'm going to be having this figure where I'm going to see the bottom of her feet. I mean, if she's running or doing something else, I'm not going to see that unless she's going to be posed away from me, so I'm not too concerned about that. But articulation, her arms are super stiff, and it feels like they're on ratchets, which I did not know, so that's really cool. Yeah, but the one poopy thing that we're all talking about, and I have heard this before, so I knew it going in getting the figure, is single jointed elbows. Hot Toys, this is a no-no. You should know this by now. Like, you don't do that anymore. I can't think of a good reason why we would do single jointed elbows in any figures this day and age. I can't fathom why they thought that would be an okay thing to do. So that's a real bummer. But other than that, she does have pretty good posability, and I do like it that it's like ratchets and she's stiff, so it's going to be really good for posing. The legs, pretty good movement as well. Single bend in the knee as well, so just not sure about that. And we talked about kind of the boot, the split cut boot design here, so that should give us pretty good movement. Let's get her into some poses and talk about some of the things that I like about the figure and some things not so much. Alright, let's start with the things that I really like about this figure. The first would be the armor and the helmet itself, the skirt. I love the presentation of the figure and how well it looks and how realistic it looks. The helmet has pitting, it's got weathering, it's got washes on it, just making it look fantastic. Same with the armor itself. And I love that they went with, for the most part, sculpted plastic to make it look like leather, and so we won't have as many things kind of degrading over time. The second thing that I really like are the boots, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the the outfit itself, but I like it that they have this split cut boot design that is easily hidden by these boots themselves, and they use like this fabric material. It kind of reminds me of the Scout Trooper from the Mandalorian, where they did kind of the same thing, but they used a different material, of course. And the third thing I like about the figure is that they use some sort of like a ratcheted joint for the arms and the legs, so I don't feel like this body is going to loosen over time. It's going to be easy to keep her in these poses, and I think outside of those single joints, she's going to be pretty posable. Now for some things that I didn't like about the figure. Let's just stay with the posability. It kind of goes, all these things are going hand in hand, right? Single joints, like, how dare you, Hot Toys? That's just, it's a no-no. And they should have given us double joints so that we could get her into some really cool poses. I do think she's going to be pretty posable, though, still. The second thing that I don't like is that they didn't give us the forge. Like, you gave us some cool tools and whatnot, and that's great, but you need the forge. It's kind of like Obi-Wan, the Deluxe, where you gave us the table with Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. You know, you gave us that cool add-on. I've seen some other ones, R2-D2, I think it's Sideshow, but he came with like that table. I don't think it's impossible to do, so I really think they should have included a forge, even if the price goes up a little bit. The third thing that I don't like about the figure is the management of this pelt, and there's not much we can do about it. They couldn't do anything else, but it's shedding like crazy. It's all over my table. I do worry that it's going to stick up over time, and we're going to lose like a bunch of hair over time as well. So I would say once you get her into a pose, obviously just kind of leave her. Don't mess with that pelt if you can avoid it. Overall, though, I really do like this figure. I am glad that I got her. I think we're still going to see a lot more of her, too, in Mandalorian Season 3. So I would suggest, if you have any interest in this figure, to pick her up on Sideshow. Secondary market, her prices are already climbing, so not really sure how that works since she's still readily available at Sideshow for a lower price, but keep that in mind. She might be going pretty soon, so get her while you can and enjoy her while you can. I think she's a great addition to your Mandalorian set. Alright guys, well thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think about the figure. Let me know if you already have her in your collection, if I made a good move or a bad move. I know some collectors out there are saying, she's okay, but not great. And I can totally understand that. I'm hoping there is going to be more character development going forward in the show, and I'm excited to see that. So, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and join me on Monday night live streams at 8:30 Central. If there's a time change, I will let you guys know, probably on Instagram, so follow me there too. And until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.